Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my round 5 review of Essendon vs Melbourne and how Essendon beat a premiership heavyweight in Melbourne pretty convincingly, and I thought the comeback was on, but it just never was. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, I've done it again so that I have the DT scores up and we'll go through them. So Merritt top scored, did he? Yeah, he did in the end of 119. Yeah, just looked good all round the ground. I mean, what did he end up disposal wise? He ended up with 35 touches, 3 marks, 7 tackles. Huge game from him. I especially like the tackling output for him, considering that he is a smaller midfielder, but he still is getting 14, 20, 24 tackles in a game across 5 games. That's almost 5 tackles a game, as well as the fact that he gets himself 12, 19, 22. So he's getting 46 tackles and marks a game. Not a game, across the season, which is just over 9 a game between them, and that's the marker we need from Merritt. 5 tons in a row. He's a guy you could probably look into. Yeah, and I'm surprised he's even gone down in price. I guess it's just with the way that he's had his tons now, that if he picks up again, he could quite easily go huge here. And he beat his break even. Paris looked really good early, but yeah, fell away as he had 44 in the first and only 61 in the last 3. So that's a little bit damning, but yeah, he looked really, really good in the first. Setterfield, as you can see here, 5 in the first, 26 in the second, but then 69 in the second half to save it, basically. Another 100 from him, which is looking really good to pick up sometime soon, especially because I think he has, what's their run like? Do I have a Essendon player in here somewhere? Nope, I don't think so. So I'll just use Merritt here. Fixtures wise, they have Collingwood. How do I think Sedfield's going to do against them? I don't know. I really can't tell with Collingwood with the way that they play. I need to look into their midfielders and how midfielders score against them. MCG against Geelong, that could be interesting. And then they have Adelaide Oval against Port, and Bont did really well, so I expect, or Bont did all right in their game, so I expect Setterfield to do all right. And then he's got the Gabba against at the Gabba against Brisbane, yes, and then MCG Tigers, and then he has this nice run into a round 14 bye, which is different from a round 15, which could be huge in the stretch now, so he might be an upgrade target still. Shield 97, Laverde 92, Snelling, and then Andy McGrath, I literally said that he was going to do, when he got to, I think it was 28 or 30, when he was on like 30 here, and then he got one handball taken away. I was like, he's going to get 86 with about 26 touches and like 6 marks. He got 84 with 24 touches, 2 marks, 4 tackles, so I was pretty damn close. And yeah, he's just going to be a guy that I think is going to average like 80 odds for me. And then, yeah, he's going to go down another 10 or so K. So he's probably not going to be, and then have a break even of probably close to about a 90 next week. So he's probably not going to be the best guy to hold, but I sort of have to hold as Chandler's probably going to get dropped, as well as Grundy's not going to have the role that I wanted. So I need to get those guys out of the team this week, and then next week we get Day back, with the week after we get Day back from his suspension, and then we also get the likes of someone else in for Duggan and McGrath, and that should really sort out my midfield, and then I'm in upgrade season basically. I'm probably a week behind other people, but for all the chaos that I've had and some of the wrong choices that I've had, it's not the end of the world, I guess. Then you got Ridley, Draper, Heppel, Phillips, Redmond. Redmond really underscored here, which was a good thing to point out because I didn't think I didn't think they'd win. So I thought he'd underscore, but for him to underscore in a loss is pretty bad as well. Langford played up forward, so not fancy worthy. Durham, Martin, Perkins. So Perkins actually didn't do too bad compared to Cunnington. As I was saying in my last recap, I put Perkins on field, so minus 14 isn't the end of the world considering my team and the way I should basically romp home in that league. So that's not the worst. Caldwell, Zerk Thatcher's got an ankle injury that he'll carry for pretty much the rest of the year unless he's out. And then no one else here, Menzies. No one hit their break evens really except for Draper. So Draper's actually, if we look at Draper, is he actually averaging more than 75? Or is he just averaging 75? Yeah, 75 again. So he's a little bit up on his break even, but I don't really think he will average 80, 85 that you would have needed from him from the start. Then we go over to Melbourne, and it was Viney's show basically. He did really well throughout the game. 115 is huge from him. And then Oliver here, you see 53 points in the last quarter as he had 20 disposals. 20 disposals, 1 mark, 1 tackle. If he'd got a better handball to kick ratio, that's looking like almost a 120, even though he had a 31 point first half. So, yeah, he looked absolutely immense, and I thought Petrarca's going to outscore him here by 20, 30, but no, Petrarca didn't even outscore him. But yeah, Petrarca got a 104, and if he had a better first quarter here or something, he would have had a 110, 115. If he kicked straight here, he would have had a 110, 115. So take those both into account, and he's looking at a 120, 125. So I'm pretty happy with that Petrarca pick. He's going to go up and tick basically to 900k. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a keeper at this point as he's got a really good run, and I think he could break the game open, especially if people start to tag Oliver, which I think they're trying to do. He's just breaking all the tags. You got Langdon here, good third quarter, but not really anything outside of that. Hunter, and then Grundy had a really pathetic third quarter. If he had a decent third, then that would be alright, but he's going to go down in price by like a K or two, and I really need to get English in before the damage is too much. And yeah, so the price grab didn't really work with him. Should have probably gone to like Darcy or something like that, who would have been a better, I guess, price grab at that point as he's gone 92, 118. But yeah, anyway, Rivers would have been an alright shout, but I think there was better options, and I think getting Zeeble was a better option for me, especially given that Salem's going to be back sometime soon, and he will probably ruin Rivers' role. Bowie here looked alright. Neil Bullen. Petty actually looked really good defensively, and he had 67 at 3/4 time. Didn't do anything in the last, but there was I think he had probably 6 or so intercept marks, and 2 or 3 of them came at least in the third. Tomlinson, Fritsch, Pickett. Pickett, good option that I didn't go for. Like, good that I didn't go for him now after him. What's he gone now? He's gone like 87 with a 2-goal 5 effort, and I believe a 61 that we just saw. Yeah, 87 with a 2-goal 5 and then 2 goals 2. He's very inefficient. He still has 8 goals. 8 goals 8. It looks like, yeah, 8 goals 8. But just not efficient enough in front of goal. He could have easily had he could have been 12 goals 4 or something like that at the moment and really have good numbers, but he just doesn't. McVie looked alright, but again, that you're only getting 40 scores, so there's only so much he can go up. And then Brayshaw's been really pathetic, and he is dropping price quickly. He lost his break even by 85 is that, so that's going to drop him another 60, 70k. He might get into the 600, 500k range. And then you might be able to almost gamble on him if he picks up some form. Melksham Chandler looks like he's gone. He's only going to go up about 15k or so I'm going to try and get in Joe Hannison as well as English. Hopefully that works for pricing with Grundy and Chandler, and that'll help me get just more points, honestly. That'll probably be an uptick of almost potentially like 80 points or so per game. Sparrow and Royan, he's going to get dropped as well, I think, as Gorn comes back. And yeah, that was pretty much it, because he had, what did he end up with? 29 points. He got a lucky goal here where it was basically 10 points for free for him. So you take out those 10 points, he's got 19 points in a whole game. So yeah, that's his cash gen pretty much done and over anyway, and he'll get dropped. So that's the review of the Essendon versus Melbourne game, in which Essendon rumped to a victory, even though Oliver had something like 41 touches in the end. So I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.